So guys, before we start this, I just wanted to say, I went in this morning and I was looking at stuff because I was getting ready to make sure that my scroll up was correct. And so I looked at my membership and I had 2 members drop. And so I would ask those 2 members, I'm not going to call them out or anything, but I would ask those 2 members, can you please just let me know why? Was there something that happened? Was it lack of content? I just want to know. I'm not upset. I'm not trying to say, hey, you got to come back. I just would like to see what their input is in on why. And it could be something simple like some of my membership stuff that dropped was the credit card expired or the account expired or something like that. So that being said, guys, hang on a second. Here they come, scrolling up past you. Well guys, so like I said in the video that already went up, the trip video, we haven't had videos going up for a while because there just hasn't been anything for content. I was waiting on stuff, but things have come in. So first off, on the new list of videos that we're gonna do that I'm shooting from home, you guys saw the pedal in the trip video, not the actual shot video yet, but we are going to look at the prototypes for the Sea Snake that came in. So without any further ado, I don't want to talk too much. My throat is still real hoarse from yelling at traffic in the car and really dry air. So without any further ado, if you're listening on headphones, turn them down because here comes music. All right, first off, guys, I want to apologize for my voice. Like I said, Nico and I had a blast on just the road trip up. We were yelling at traffic and stuff like that. And between that and the fact I have allergies and now I've got some drainage down my throat, my voice sounds a little weird. So this is the Artisan Sea Snake designed by me. So this is just like the last one. It's a production version of my customs. So I have a custom here. The reason I kept this as long as I did and have not sent it to Jeff is 1, it still had some stuff to get done. And I wanted to have it as an on-hand comparison to the production version. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this around and look at it from the top down. You can get a good clean look at it. Keep in mind, I have been using this one and carrying it. This is my favorite, the tan, almost a cream color. But we're gonna take a look at it. I'll get the camera turned around. I'll get the light all set up so we get clean lighting on it, and I'll show you the knife, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. We'll talk about some of the things you're gonna see in this configuration that aren't necessarily gonna be what you'll see if you buy one. As far as like the way I have mine set up. So without any further ado, guys, hang on just a second. I'll get the scale out. I'll get some things for size reference, and we can just take a good look at it. So hang on just a second. All right, guys. So this is the Sea Snake. Now, I've been working on getting this design out for a while. It has taken a while. This has been over a year that we've been talking with Artisan. Longer than a year that I've been trying to get it out and find a company that will do it. So we are looking at a small utility fixed blade with a fairly thin blade stock. The Redacted Tang. I really like the Redacted Tang. It gives it a different feel. G10 scales, so you can see mine's been carried a good bit already, even though I've only had it like the weekend. The scales are removable. This is done in a proprietary steel, AR RPM 9. Now I do know the composition. I talked with Russell about it, the US rep. I'm not going to tell you what the composition is. I will tell you it's very similar to a steel I used to like that Spyderco used to use. But it's different enough that you're getting a different, if I can get it to focus, you're getting a really good steel that has got some merits on a bunch of different stuff. So as you can see, that is no longer factory edge. I have actually used this enough that I have replace the edge on this. Let me actually lower this down. Hang on just a second, guys. I want to get this camera in a position where it stays focused and not trying to catch the other stuff. Sorry, guys. The only option was to actually pause and then just move some stuff. So as you can see, they did a great job contouring these handles. They did a good enough job on these prototypes, guys, that I got this in hand and had it for all of about 5 minutes when I knew that there were no issues between the way I designed this to be done and the way it was going to be done at release. Look at the grind on it. It's great. The prototypes are ground. I think these, if I remember right, these are done by hand. So there will be some inconsistencies in the prototypes, even done by hand. These are great. The finish was done by hand on this one. Super thin. The grind on this is super thin. And I told him, I was like, I really love how thin that is. It cuts so well for what this knife was designed for. This knife was designed to be more of an EDC knife, like more of a utility use knife that you could carry, have on your belt and just use it. If you're wearing gloves, you don't have to worry about opening and closing. I'm just gonna apologize for my voice, guys. And it came out great. So it's real super comfortable in either grip. A little bit of jimping. Jimping is not really there so much for much anything other than aesthetics. It's not a real great jimping, and it wasn't designed to be. This would be better in gloves. The spine of this is nice and smooth and polished. It's been chamfered, but there is a spot here and here. There's a spot where you can get on it and strike a ferro rod if you need to. Nice sharp edge there from about here to here. Nice sharp edge where you can strike off your ferro rod if you need to. And you can see where that chamfering kind of just tapers off to a spot where it starts getting a nice sharp edge on it. It comes with Kydex sheath. Like I said, this is not what you're going to get. They do not come with soft loops. This is my personal carry. I purchased soft loops ready for these to come. I have a spare set of soft loops that I'm going to do as a giveaway to a member that owns this. The key is that they have to comment and let me know that they purchased one of these, and that will enter them in. So let's look at what you get in the package. This is the way it's going to come. Right here. It comes as a necker. I have not even opened this one yet. This one I'm saving to, I'll pull it out now, but I'm saving this to go to some pass around guys. Possibly Knife Nut Podcast. This is the green. I do not have the black one. All I have is the green one. But you can see, nice Warncliffe blade. G10 handles. The retention on these sheaths is great. And they did leave me a drain hole in case you carry this in a wet environment. So let's get some stuff out here for some comparison. We'll get some size and weights and things like that. All right, guys, well, the first obvious comparison to make is to the custom, and I did this in a way that was a way that you guys could see that we came extremely close. I mean, you cannot get any closer to that being, I'm sorry, I'm a dummy. As far as dimensionally, you're not gonna get any closer than that on the dimensions of this knife. Now, I will say the blade stock thickness is a good bit less. So you're looking at a 0.125 blade stock thickness compared to my customs that are at 0.18. Now, some people are going, well, I'd like a thicker blade stock, but I'll tell you right now, this knife cuts better than this knife. And this knife cuts well. The customs cut very well. But these are so thin and cut so well. I've already cut down so much cardboard with this. You can see it's been getting used. There's a good bit of use and scratch going on there. So there's your comparison to the full custom. Let's go ahead and get some, I'll give you the full dimensions and everything on this knife. All right, so let's get some weight on these. Weight on these, and well, we'll go ahead and do grams first for those guys that don't do freedom units. So the knife by itself, you're looking at 66 grams, and that would be in ounces, 2.5 ounces. So this is a 2.5 inch fixed blade knife. With the sheath, for you guys that are the gear guys that are like, oh, I can't carry too much gear, it's too heavy, I gotta have like something super light. You know what I'm talking about. The Nut and Fancy Project. Still only 3 5/8 ounces. So in comparison, size-wise and weight-wise, let's look at my
So here it is in comparison size-wise to a Ferrum, or Jesus, I always do that. Because I always have a Ferrum Force knife in my pocket. This is the Sebenza. In comparison to the Sebenza, you can see it is not that big of a knife, but in comparison to weight also, you're looking at a 4 and 5 ounce in weight, 4 and 5 ounce, 5/8 ounces versus, like I said, 2 1/4 ounces. For the full package, 3 and 5/8 ounces. This is still lighter. You're getting a fixed blade that is lighter than most titanium folding knives. That is where it comes in handy to have something nice and light. This is something that I designed that would be something I would carry everywhere. This would be my everyday carry, my everywhere carry fixed blade. Not too big, fits nice and soft, still big enough, a good useful blade. I cannot get my camera to focus this morning, guys. Good, useful blade size. 3 1/4. Did we say it was 3 1/4? 3.15. 3.15 on blade length is a still really good, useful amount of blade. And it's a Warney, so you've got that nice straight, so you can cut through things without having it slip off the end. You don't lose the roll. If it was a drop point, when you would be cutting something, you'd hit a point off your flat where it just would want to slip off. So this has a constant push where you can cut. That's why a lot of people that use them for line and things like that. So there's our comparison. And I mean, I could have done an actual banana for scale, but so let's go ahead. Let's turn around. I'll give you some final thoughts on the knife itself. You know, they're going to be good for me because, well, I designed it. So yeah, guys, I mean, there is other content coming. I just wanted to make sure I got a video of this out for you guys so you guys could see it. Everybody's been curious. This, I think, is, of the designs I've made, this is my favorite. I have 2 other designs. They have not been released yet, but this has a, not an identical twin, but let's call it maybe a fraternal twin, that is a drop point. Warney here, drop point. Now, I will tell you, if you go to Artisan's website, they do have it listed as a drop point. So, are you guys ready for the big reveal? The most important thing on this. Are you guys ready? Here's the big reveal. Had to pause because I had to go verify. These are under $54. Now, I'm pretty picky. I like knives. I like knives that are decent at a decent price. I don't think that the market could support. I love my stonefish. I understand that there's a lot of people that just cannot justify a $250 fixed blade. It has nothing to do with the quality of it. It's great. It's amazing. This is an affordable, small EDC fixed blade. Comes with a neck chain. If you get soft loops, you can carry it scout carry. I made sure that the sheath had the ability to do that. Tie it to molly gear. This is a good work knife. This is not an outdoors camp knife. This isn't something you're going to go batoning through. This isn't something you're going to pry something out with. This is a good everyday work knife, just in general, for pretty much anything you would want to do at work. I am going to carry this when I go back to work to the job site. This knife would be perfect for the things that I do at a construction site. And then we'll get some long-term effects on the proprietary steel. So I know a lot of you guys have been curious about these coming out. I know that there hasn't been much content. Part of the reason there hasn't been much content is I've been doing a lot of stuff for my personal stuff. I had a lot of stuff come up and we just had nothing come in. But now all of this showed up at once because along with this, Artisan also sent me several other knives to carry and use and review. That content will be coming up. I have several knives that belong to Matthew. I'm going to do a couple of them that I already know and carried. I don't have to do a bunch of stuff, not a lot of research. We're going to do that. So I apologize to the members who have not been getting the advanced content. And along with that, the giveaway yesterday that I announced on the car drive up to Petaluma in the live feed, these are the lanyards that I'm going to be attaching with that giveaway. There's 2 lanyards right here. There might be a couple stickers that I have, random stickers I have laying around to send along. So guys, apologize for the dry spell in content. I love you all. I will put stuff in the corners. If you want to join the channel to support, there's a link down below. And I know I mentioned in the very beginning that we lost a couple members. I'm not upset about that. I just would like to know, like I said in the beginning, I would like to know what maybe I did or what has happened that caused them to drop out of the membership. But I fully understand right now, money's tight. Not everybody can afford to support a channel. So, guys, I love you all. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next video.